Hey fellow Pi Ninjas. Over the last couple weeks I've been testing the best way to get data or temperature from one of these Dallas temperature sensors, the DS18B20. Pretty cheap sensor that you could just normally connect to the GPIO of the Pi, but there's several different ways, other ways to connect to them. What I really wanted to do is find the quickest way to get the temperature information out of this thing. There's a lot of, first off, here's the candidates. Here I have a UART. They don't sell these anymore, but Black Box Tech sold these on Tindy. UART to one wire converter. So I connect it to the UART pins. Second, we have the I2C, and here is one of the boards that can do that. It's sold by Sheepwalk Electronics. All these boards will have links in the description. The board, this one's built for the Pi B, not the 2, but it fits mostly. They have one for the 2, but this is the one I have now. I bought this one a while ago. And of course we have the GPIO method. It has a separate 5-volt input if you don't want to use your Raspberry Pis, which I recommend you get your separate input because you may be hooking up a lot of sensors. My first tests were to test one sensor and see which one of these could do it the quickest. And some of you already probably know that going and to the GPIO is kinda slow. It is programmed that way. Reading through the one-wire therm code, there's a delay of 750 milliseconds coded in there no matter what resolution you're reading from. So that's the downfall with reading directly from that file. So I tested resolution with the OWFS and reading that sysbus file. You can see that the I2C did a lot better on all of them in general. Even better than the popular GPIO method, which was pretty consistently bad throughout all of them. And the overall worst was the UART. Just to give you a better look, here's the 12-bit compared for each of the methods. So then I wanted to test multiple sensors using a single bus. So I hooked up 72 of them, and here's the results. If you wanted to get a lot of sensors, using the I2C isn't much better than using the kernel sysbus directory, unless you go with a lower bitrate resolution on your temperature. Now, for the interesting part, I wanted to test and see if we could get multiple buses using multiple GPIO on the Pi, and after recompiling the kernel with a couple modifications, I was able to get 9 buses, which was one more than the I2C, but you can see that using multiple pins on the Raspberry Pi enables you to speed it up by tenfold if you had multiple sensors. The benefit of these I2C add-on modules for the Pi are that they have multiple buses normally, and they usually have some sort of protection for ESD, electronic static discharge, on your one-wire bus. So if you have a long wire, you probably want to get a module instead of using the onboard GPIO. But if your Pi is really close to all the sensors, go for it. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Please subscribe, more to come, and how I did all this, multiple GPIO.